Hey guys, today we're doing what is this? Sleepy Sunday? Yeah, Sleepy Sunday. Today we're doing our episode of my What If podcast called In My Head podcast. And like I told y'all boys, today's video, the episode 1 is literally going to be aliens versus angels. What makes them different? Chatting and yapping. These are just 5 minutes on the clock. That's all we get, and we're gonna go straight to it. Now we're gonna do a couple. We're gonna talk at the beginning. The way it's gonna work is we're gonna go talk about breaking things down and then discussing the differences and like what are the different details and stuff like that. Cause I promise you, this could get deep if I wanted to pull out Bible verses and be like, "Yo, technically, if we look at the biblical canon and how da 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 da," well, I'd rather have that in a part 2 if you guys want it. But as an episode 1, just chatting and yapping about this. But let's go. 5 minutes on the clock. At 5 minutes hit, gotta stop talking. And then probably maybe like one sentence of final thoughts. And then episode done. Alright. So let's do this. Again, welcome to episode 1, guys. Today's video is aliens versus angels. 5 minutes on the clock. And what happened? 3, 2, 1. Alright, 5 minutes started. Alright, y'all boys. So the question is aliens versus angels. I had this conversation with my homeboys. They brought it up. So if we go and look at it really for real. Now, if you go to a previous video I did, you'll know that I talked about this, but I just want to go over it again real quick. Aliens versus angels. So boom. When we talk about aliens, the most things we're talking about are things that are not born on this planet, but maybe exist outside of in this solar system or the universe, and they're coming to interact with us, right? So we weren't born on Earth, right? And it's not a creation of any being that exists on Earth. They have to exist outside of Earth, but be a civilian of our realm. So space, Earth, the solar system, the Milky Way galaxy, right? We expect them to at least respect and adhere to those rules, right? Technically, if we get materials or, not materials, if we get bacteria on Mars or Jupiter or Saturn or the moon and bring it to Earth, technically that's an alien because it's an organic life form. Because organic life forms are cellular beings, right? Single cell, multicellular. I'm not a biologist. I should not have to re-explain this to y'all boys. Y'all can look it up. All right, but usually when we talk about aliens, they're living beings outside of Earth that are usually smarter or more technologically advanced outside of our comprehension or our current understanding, right? That's how we describe them. Now, angels. Angels in the biblical canon, and I'm paraphrasing off the top of my head. If y'all want to do a bit longer video, let me know. I'll bring up Bible verses, be specific, and call out certain things I got wrong. But from what I understand, from what I remember for the Bible, basically angels are basically divine beings that are spirit. They don't experience the world through their 5 senses. So there's no see, touch, taste, smell, or hear. They don't experience the world through those 5 things because they don't have a living body. They experience those things in a way beyond our understanding. Or maybe not beyond, in a way so alien and foreign to us, wink wink, alien, and foreign to us, it literally doesn't make sense. Like, it's like describing how a ghost would interact with the world. Right? They hovered over the door. They hovered before the door. And the door could not, the door gave weight to their presence and their power and shook open. It's not like they touched it. The mood entered into their mouth space, but there was no flesh or tongue to perceive and taste the meal that was given to them. They consumed, but not like we eat and consume, like we consume flesh and our flesh digested. It's like, what are you? Are you like 2D, 3D? What realm do you exist on, right? And so, I say that to say, right, the spirit. They experience the world in their 5 senses, and also by biblical the descriptions, like, oh, one angel can beat all of the world's armies by themselves, solo. So, like, if we drop the nuke is not even doing damage to that guy. Like, every nuke in the world, all the bullets, like, they're bulletproof, superhuman, super fast, super strong, and they're basically a shonen protagonist on crack, but stronger than Sung Jin Woo, Rimuru Tempest, and who's somebody else? Anti-Spiral. They're stronger than all of them. I wish I was joking, but realistically, like that's how they would be described. Like either they're relative, very very relative, and Alien X. Either they're very very relative or stronger. Mind you, whenever they say that, I like to imagine that the Bible's talking about infantrymen, the foot soldier, like the lowest ranks in the army, not even the most the cream of the crop type stuff. But yeah, I said that to say the only spirits work through our five senses. They were created for God's presence heaven, which is in another realm outside of our solar system and universe, theoretically, including, and hell also is in a realm outside of our universe and the realm of existence we have. Theoretically, I can't prove that. I can't, right? But I say that to say this: they're created in heaven to serve God, so they weren't born in heaven. They weren't born to be here on earth. So technically, angels are aliens to earth because they weren't born or made for this planet, but yet they're here, but we can't see them and interact with them traditionally in the same way we could do it with organic material. I said that to say that angels are low-key aliens, but not alien. All aliens are angels. Time's up, y'all boys. Time's up. Those 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes. Again, literally what I said, the final sentence is literally it. I'll say it again. Literally one sentence. Because we live on Earth, and we're speaking from the perspective of inhabitants of Earth and Earth's residents, born residents for Earth. Angels are aliens to Earth, but not all aliens are angels. All angels are aliens to Earth, but not all aliens are angels. Or fallen angels, I'm sorry. Forgot to say fallen angels, right? Because there's obviously fallen and whatnot. But yeah, so that's the first In My Head, episode 1, In My Head, almost podcast, because that podcast don't exist right now. But like, if I did one, like, this would be what it would be for real. So yeah, 5 minutes is done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, how you feel or agree or disagree. Let me know what you think. Have a good one. God bless.